Leadership and governance is at the very heart of any given society. And when young people come on board to take leadership roles and positions, that is the cherry on the cake. On this episode of Nandi News, we have a sit down with an amazing aspiring young leader from Nandi County. And karibu sana for joining us on this conversation.
Asante.
Yes, so I think first things first, hebu kwanza utueleze, your name, let people know who Sheila Jelimo is.
Yeah, so I am Sheila Jelimo, a resident of Mosop constituency. I come from a village called Sokiot, Ngenyilil sub-location, Chepkemel location. Yeah, I'm a Nandi. My family is Kapchesang, where it majorly covers Mosop and Chesumei. Yeah, I'm a young, vibrant, ambitious, and all sort of anything you can call a young leader. I've stepped out, and I know that by me having the courage to come out and really vie for these big seats of women Senate or women rep, then I'm inspiring my fellow youths.
Yes,
and I will talk more as time goes.
Yes, for sure, for sure. I mean, you already dived into that quite quickly. But before we even just go into what you just said, Sheila, let's just get to understand, where you grew up, where you went to school, what is your background, what did you study. When people are going to in there, when that time comes, they know you fully kabisa,
Oh, asante. So I started schooling at Sokiot Primary.
Yep.
From class 1 to class 7. Then I joined Teresia Primary. Sokiot is in Kipkaren Ward. I joined Teresia. Teresia is in Cheptiroi Ward. Completed my class 8. Then I got admitted to Starehe Girls Center, where I did my high school. Then completed my high school and joined Multimedia University of Kenya. Yeah, to pursue a course known as computer science. So as I sit here, I'm an IT expert. I just completed my schooling last December. I'm currently under internship, Kenya News Agency. And so majorly I'm an IT expert.
You're an IT expert. That is quite an incredible. I mean, you're basically now starting out in your career in computer science.
Yes.
Is that what you love? You're passionate about?
Okay, it's what I'm good at. It's not what I'm passionate about.
What are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about music. I'm passionate about leadership. And I'm also passionate about sports. So I'm a junk of all trades. There's nothing I can't do.
Eish.
The only thing I can't do is maybe kill someone. But the rest, I believe in diversity. And I believe in being an all-rounded. I think that is what schooling taught me, how to be an all-rounded lady.
Oh, good stuff there. So I know when I began the intro, I said, things to do with leadership and governance being at the very heart of any society. I mean, I don't know what is your take now being an aspiring young leader. What is your take on, the place of young people, in shaping leadership circles, just even generally, even in the country? What do you think? Are they giving that energy that is needed of them?
Oh,
the young people generally.
The major reason as to why I stepped out is because I've not seen people aggressive enough or vibrant enough to just exploit themselves or give up themselves for the service of the community. See, you find out that young people get into leadership and they really spoil it for us. So I believe that there can be change whereby one young person can stand out in a group, serve the people, give the community what it deserves, and change the narrative. So I stepped out of my own comfort zone, out of my own family as a last born, and I told myself, this is the time for the youth, because majorly the old people have been there, we've tested them, we've tried them, but we saw the results. I cannot comment on that. So with the changing technology, with the new opportunities coming up, I think opening up the youth for the opportunities and the youth coming up with the innovations to impact our society is what we really need. That is why the youth should really come out, step out, get out of their comfort zones. and come and vie for these seats. We have to grab these seats, because it was just the other day, Senator Ledama, he talked about the old people are not ready to get get out of those seats. So it is upon the young people.
Take.
Yeah, power is taken, it's never given. So we've now come as young people to take it.
A good quote right there, guys. So remember, we are now live both in Nandi News Facebook page and on YouTube, and of course this has been powered by Age Group Media for all your live streaming services, event coverage and productions in video and pictures as well. You can contact them on the number down on your screen. So that was actually a very profound submission there, Sheila, about young people and the need for them to take up spaces of leadership, because there's actually dire need for that, because every time you sit back and relax and reflect rather on the need for young people to really come out, as you've said, and and take up this position, because at the end of the day, there are things we see every day that they're not working in society, from the manufacturing industry, from all the sectors of the economy. There's actually that space that young people need to come. I mean, but at the same time, we have to agree that young people have taken up these spaces rather, and they have not delivered much. I mean, are we having honesty, on the side of young people when they vie for these positions? Are they really deliberate on delivering services and changing society step at a time?
Okay, first of all, the first point I took from is you're talking about manufacturing industries. I mean, the only reason as to why we step out is because there's a gap in society and because there are problems in the society. So the first thing I'll say is we're talking about Nandi County. We don't have industries here. So you cannot tell me about manufacturing when majorly it is all about coming in, stepping in to talk about how we can start up even manufacturing our own stuff, processing our own stuff, because we can see this is a rich land, it's fertile.
Very, very.
I mean, we have all the resources we need. Actually, I always wonder how people are out here to Nenda Maharambe. We are doing all this stuff, and I'm like, wow. Do you know people in Turkana are not doing that? They don't have water, they don't have trees, they don't have roads, they don't have amenities. It's because of the leadership that is in Nandi County. The leadership in Nandi County, I don't even know how to talk about it, because...
Give us something.
I think we just need change. And the only time we can propel as a county is the time we shall sit and think about leaders that are out to give the best to the society rather than benefit themselves or how they talk. Actually, I always wonder why one who will lie will get the seat rather than the one with ideas. So I urge the people of Nandi County kindly, or rather, the best thing you can ever do for the next generations is
good leadership.
Elect people with ideologies. Elect people who are out there, because we have examples. There is this MP from, I think, somewhere here, Tinderet. Is when you follow his track record.
Yes.
Okay, is how do you talk about it? Is someone visionary? Is a visionary leader, and he is really impacted the society down there. And we can see that. When we tried once, we saw what can happen. How about if we try in the 6 constituencies? So that is what I stepped in for, because that is the problem. And you see, you also asked about how genuine are we? You see, we can never read someone's heart, but what we can do is we can look at the track record. You see, leadership is a calling. Leadership is a gift. And when you engage someone, you can always tell whether this person is in here for their own interests and whether this person is in here to impact the society. Let me give you one example. Okay. We got out of Nandi County, as I've said, my schooling and everything. I got out of Nandi County at a very young age. Yeah. And I didn't go out there and decided, oh my, I don't want this county. Let me go vie out there because there are industries, the roads are already made. I mean, I don't have a burden. But when I got there, I remembered where I came from. Yep. I was like, I come from a village where there is no electricity, there are no roads. And these people invested in me. So when they invested in me, they had hope that one day I'll come change
And
them.
change things. Oh.
So me going out there and really just focusing on growing myself and having my own self-interest would be so mean of me. So I decided I'll go back home. And going back home, I'll impact, even if I impact just a number, then I'll be satisfied to get out there and say, yes, when I was there, I served and I impacted just a good number of people that can, it is always a chain, a network. It starts with one, trickles down to the 300,
Yes.
the 300 trickles down to the 900. I mean, and the society changes slowly. I can also talk about Uasin Gishu County. Before this Mandago, you see, okay, we come from Mosop, so majorly, most of the things we get it from Uasin Gishu.
Because border.
So one thing is, there were no roads when he got there. And when he got the leadership, he was like, yes, he wanted to change the Uasin Gishu. And he did it in
A span
of 10 years. So if we try good leadership in Nandi County also, I think it can be done. It's possible. He was a youth. He was very young when he got the governorship position.
So I'll actually ask this question to you again, because I actually asked this to the Speaker of the County Assembly of Nandi. Then we're just taking a review of the leadership at present of Nandi County. We boast of having the youngest leadership in the country. By the way, the governor, we have the senator, even the Speaker himself is actually quite young. He actually became the Speaker at 28 years of age. But plainly as it comes, there's not very much to write home about. In terms of how things have been done. Just getting views from people around. I mean, I actually gave a very nice example from the question that I was speaking to another old man, and he told me straight to my face that this could be a spoiler for young people, because at the same time, the same young people came in with a lot of energy, as it is always is, everybody goes waxing lyrical about, we're going to transform, this place into something else we've never seen before in history.
They build castles.
They build castles in there. But I mean, once you toss the opportunity, you're wondering, okay, what is happening? Because right now, the county of Nandi, the Speaker told me, we actually by end of this Nini year, we're going to be having, we would have received 24 million, if I'm not wrong, billion. That is the amount of money the county would have received. That is money, if you reflect, is enough to transform a county. Really. So, the present leadership that is youthful, has it been a spoiler for other young people? Because people now, I think the citizenry are like, okay, we try the young people, ini maneno gani? So, what do you think on that?
You cannot toss opportunities to people who are not ready. And that is why I told you, I went out there to be exposed. You see, even the money that is allocated to someone's docket, it isn't a must for you to use them. Do you know that? Because there's a lot of opportunities whereby you can just form groups, look for funding for them, educate people, change our society bit by bit. You're getting it? But now we find people who are very greedy, and maybe there are some, of course, like when you look at Nandi governance, you'll find out that, okay, there are people behind, like these are just faces. The leaders are just faces, but the people running the real thing are different people. So
do they have names?
I will not talk about names
okay,
today.
okay, not yet.
Because I don't even know them.
Okay.
I don't like talking about other people's politics because I love talking about and that is why I came
Sheila.
As Sheila, and I came for women rep or women senative things go haywire for us.
All right, okay, so somebody would ask this, by the way, the very second they hear that you want to vie for women rep, they would say, well, why should anyone vote for you? What so far, that would you deserve that docket?
Ideologies. First, before I went for the seat, I did my analysis. And, for you to impact or build a society, you have to start with a woman. You're getting it? Personally, I'm an activist. I'm a human activist. So I found out that women in my village are really suffering. You see, like you find out that somebody loses their husband and the in-laws are there to frustrate them. There's a lot they go through. You're getting it?
Right.
There are opportunities for widows, but no one is ready to go down there and really give them those opportunities. give them those groups, give them those loans so that they can develop themselves. Also, so the youth. As a youth, personally, I'm the only one who understands the deep things about youths. If people are going out there saying, oh, the youths are getting spoiled, the youths are using drugs, the youths are using this, I alone can know how to solve a problem, because we always say, first, before you solve a problem, you have to understand the root cause.
Yeah, root cause.
I mean, an old woman cannot go to ask a youth, ni nini inakusumbua. You're getting it?
Yes, sure.
But for me, they will even be easier. Okay, I believe I'm a very free person. It will be easy for anyone to approach me to tell me this and this is this, and I can be able to help and guide. You're getting it?
Yeah.
So I saw like the youth are getting lost, and the only opportunity is using my motherhood, my motherly nature, to impact them. Yes, I may not get into every part of it, but I have this plan of every, like, Nandi County has 6 constituencies, right?
Yeah.
So just setting up or having foundations for girls, for women, and for the youth, such that I'll start with the one constituency, you know, for just a month. I mean, it doesn't cost anything. Start with one constituency, you know, get in touch with the people, get to know their problems, move to the next constituency, get in touch, get to know their problem, get to solve, you know. You know, it takes only a small thing, just a very minute thing to change someone's life. For example, if somebody wants a job and I, as the women rep, I decide I'll be recommending people for jobs, then it will be easier for somebody offering those jobs to just say, anyway, if this one is being recommended by this one, then I think they are the best suited. You're getting it? But I mean, these people are not on the ground. They're not even nowhere to be seen. You're getting it? That's why I said, why can't we try a youth this time around? Because we've tried the old people,
generation.
the other generation, and we saw the results. So why can't we try the youth and see how it comes out? And you know, like, leadership in me has grown ever since I was young up to right now, and I think it is time to implement. It is time to execute, because I don't think an old mama will be interested in foundations. I don't think they'll be interested in empowerment. And one thing I really realized, Kwanza, about us as Kalenjins,
Tell us.
We don't empower ourselves. I don't know if we really love ourselves. Actually, the only thing that drove me first into vying is empowerment. Because people are planning themselves out there. Let me tell you one thing. The Kikuyus are getting ready for themselves. The Luos, they are getting ready. The Luyas are getting ready. They're coming up with young generation of leaders so that they can take up the nation.
Yeah, the nation.
Give me 10 years down the line with these Kalenjins, and it will be a very disoriented house. And let me tell you, okay, as an opportunist or a business person or an IT person, I cannot go to a house that is not, as in it is not concrete and yet there are other houses that are
well structured.
Exactly. So I took it up upon myself. I said, I'm going back to Nandi County.
Going to be that person.
And I'm going to change it. And I've already started. We started an organization called Youth for Youth Kenya. Yes, it covers all of us, but I narrowed it down to now this Kalenjin part of ours. We are already solid. Now we are just absorbing new leaders. We are getting them in.
Just, you say Youth for what, Kenya?
Youth for Youth Kenya.
Youth for Youth Kenya.
Yes.
So, I mean, what does it? What is at the very heart of it? What does it do?
We do empowerment for women majorly, but the group is made of all genders. But we do it for women, like everywhere. We've gone to Marsabit, we've gone to Nakuru, we've gone to Kiambu, we've gone to Murang'a. We're still planning to come to Nandi, but we really have this heart that I know tomorrow we'll be having a group of concrete leaders, such that, I mean, what do you want to survive? What do you want to be successful alone? And yet, if we're all successful, then when I need something, I don't need to call for an arambe. I'll be like, hey, Asab, kindly send me 100,000. I need this and this. But if we don't empower each other, if we don't hold each other, then we don't have a future as Kalenjins. And I will always talk and I will always tell our leaders, kindly, when you get the positions, it doesn't cost anything to empower your fellow people. Let's love each other. Tupendane. As Kalenjins, let's love each other. I think it is not all about tribalism. because charity begins at home. But it's all about making ourselves concrete such that we can even be a reflection. You know, like when energy is somewhere, it radiates outside.
Yeah,
like.
for sure.
So if the center with the core is intact, then we can always radiate, and the people will feel the warmth. So
Ripple effect. Ripple effect.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, once you know that time comes and people come out, like you have people, I know, you know, they love the energy and the enthusiasm, you know, people normally portray. But somebody then asked Sheila, I mean, what is this new thing you're kind of bringing, that the X factor? People would be like, okay, oh, I think there's something in Sheila here. Let us, you know, let us rally behind her back.
Also, my winning strategy.
Yeah, I mean, what do you bring to the table? Anything new that, you know, somebody, the voter is going to say, oh, yeah, I think I like her.
I'm not bringing anything to the table because I've already brought. I've partnered with organization like Women Enterprise Fund. So for any women groups, and I always visit the women groups. So for any women group that is being opened, I take those people there. They go educate. If they need funds, they can fund them. You're getting it. So they educate them such that even if they leave, then they have the skills to maneuver through. I don't know if everyone will really benefit from it, but for those who are sharp enough will benefit from it. You're getting it. I've also partnered with the Youth Fund, and I'm seeing there are groups of youths. Yeah, like
they're doing projects.
They're doing projects and they're doing good. You know. And I think that will now trickle down to even these foundations, because I have friends who have foundations. You're getting it. When they are doing them, then we visit. So I think we've started the work. I started the work long, even in my home, my village. I always educate girls. I mean, I decided, you see, the first time, okay, I stepped out of my village and I saw what was happening. I was like, I will serve as an example. So all through, I don't do things for me. I do things for my society. Because I know the moment I'll change my society, then I'll have changed everything. I remember when I was even completing my Form 4, I was like, Sheila, you just fly abroad and just give up on this community stuff. And I was like, my destiny is here.
Here. Back in the village.
Back in the village.
Roots.
So, and then many people always ask, okay, you really look like you're not so much into home, but you talk like you're somebody who was brought up by grandmother. And I'm like, nah, don't worry. My destiny is in my village. In your village. Exactly. Right. And you believe you have everything it takes for the people of Nandi come that time, 2022, to actually vote you in? I don't believe. I think they have seen. They say you know a leader when you see one. Oh, for sure. Exactly. I've seen some of your speeches, you know, from your page in events here and there, how you talking here and there, and that energy and that everything. So you're saying people should be actually confident in you? They are already confident. How sure are you? We are radiating the energy. Can you run a poll? I think you're even feeling the effect. You're already feeling. Are you tempting us at Nandi News to run a poll and say, guys, okay, if you're feeling Sheila is actually the right for the person for the job, just do a random a poll, and maybe you get some reviews. Maybe our producers and directors can organize that in the next few coming weeks. So, but I don't know. What is your take on the current political situation in Kenya? It's chaotic. Because, first of all, I didn't believe in the handshake from the word go. Why? Because for every government to run, it has to have opposition. So you can't, because what is the work of opposition? Put government on toes? Something? It is like, it acts as it oversees. It oversees, yeah. Exactly. So when no one is overseeing the projects, then it's a mess. So first, Kenya is in chaos. Victimization is what rules the country. And all we can hope for is the best. Because I think whatever is happening, everyone knows that it isn't good. Exactly. Well, talking of hope,
Remember, guys, by the way, we are now live from Nandi News right here in the heart of Nandi County, Kipsimo to be specific. And you can always, follow us through on Facebook, both on Facebook and on YouTube, Nandi News. And of course, this has been powered by Age Group Media for any event coverage, live streaming, and all the productions you need for your company, farm or an organization. You can, of course, contact them on the line, and they do an amazing, amazing job. You always can reach them out, and they can send you a quotation, and you can do business with them. So you talk of hope. And I think about this, I actually read something because I'm an avid reader about hope. Sometimes I'm driven by hope, But the thing said, hope sometimes there's an aspect of it that sounds very lazy. That hope, that question of hope, and I think it has been very synonymous with young people. Okay, your time is coming. Oh, just remain hopeful. Projects will come. You will build capacity for you. I don't know. We'll start up SMEs. Remain hopeful and everything. Okay. I mean, do you think that time really come where we can, take that pride of place and actually see that, when you look at this position, we have actually young people and they're actually doing like the work itself, not just the talk itself. I mean, but walking literally the talk and action and putting to action some of those things they say.
Hope gives you confidence. So what I'll say, hope is not lazy. Okay, it kind of sounds lazy, but it is not lazy because first, not all people you think are confident. You're getting it?
Yeah.
But it is the hope that whatever they are doing will give results that gives them that push. So actually, personally, coming out here, I know it isn't easy for even the old to let go of the seats.
Yes.
But I go wanting to get it and know with the hope that I will win that at the long end. So I think hope is what drives us. And when somebody loses hope, then their life is just a mess. And that is why you'll find out that even the young people cannot go for opportunities because they don't believe in themselves. There's no confidence because they didn't create the hope in themselves. I mean, there are a lot of things that are being said on our faces. Oh, you're so young. There are a lot of blah, blah, blahs. But what we have is that the hope that one day the people will look at the ideologies and they will stop looking at your age.
At the age.
We hope that one day Nandi residents will vote ideologies and not lies. We all hope that one day we will wake up to a new Nandi, a Nandi that wants to do their productivity on their own rather than exporting. Because I can tell you most hope, we do maize farming. And we sell one sack 1,800 shillings. But after processing, we don't have a millers or a processing plant. But after the processing, you may find out that even the cost of that one sack is almost 10,000. I mean, how much are those people getting? The processing itself may take almost 1,500 plus 1,800. It's something like 3,300, something of the sort. So the profit is something like 6,000. And 6,000, let's say you produce 100 bags.
That's a lot of money.
It's quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
And, no one, as you talked about the 24 billion, no one is interested in even starting a company.
Or manufacturing industry or something.
Even the production of those.
Let me tell you, there's actually a time I was going with a team of some other young people and we went actually down to, it was around Tinderet. And we actually had to stop by because we were hungry, bought some milk from a small kiosk. Actually, the milk that we took was actually from Kiambu. I actually shared it on Facebook. I said, where we headed, if milk can come all the way from, I don't know how many counties it has passed, hundreds of kilometers down to Nandi. And when of course you mention Nandi, they think, we're land of milk and honey.
We don't even have processing plants for milk.
No,
I mean, they're talking
just
about
have coolers, I think coolers.
Coolers, and they're talking about, I think the governor was talking about something in Kabiet.
I think some cooler, because I'd want that point in time where I'd take milk that has been processed and packaged in Kipsimo. Or I take maize flour that has been milled, I don't know, somewhere in Chepterich. I think that is...
You hope for that, right?
Very.
And you are hoping, because you are hoping for good leadership to implement that. That is why we need to take up opportunities as youths. Let me tell you one thing. Me, when I was in my high school was next to Runda. You'd come out look at just the houses.
Magnificent.
The kind of cars that are being driven in the road, you go back and rethink about your life. But here in Nandi, when I get out of my village and see the houses, I just go back and sleep the whole day.
Oh, come on,
Eh?
right?
Because
Nothing
there is
inspires
nothing
you.
motivating me to really, push, just go
Push
out.
yourself.
And that is what I always tell, my friends. I always tell my friends, the day we will realize how much resources we have is the days when we will not even be having these trees, because global warming is coming. The effect will just paralyze everything. And that is when we will realize one day we had the opportunity to
make
be
things
the best.
to make things better.
But what did we do? We slept. And we are not aggressive. That is the problem. I mean,
Tumetulia.
someone's child in a village comes out and says, I want to do this, and they're all like, so and so.
So,
Support. Don't talk about it, support. Even the Bible says.
yeah, for sure.
When things are good, when things are bad, you just pray for them. So kindly, when that girl or that man comes out and wants to implement, pray for them, because it is you who will benefit. It is the society.
Of course.
So let's get aggressive. What I can urge Nandis is, let's be aggressive. I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Okay. Here's the point. You've mentioned something about the citizenry giving pride of place to ideologies. When leaders are presented, or rather they present themselves for them to be voted in for any position, be it governor, senator, women rep, MCA, they need to give pride of place to their ideologies and not the depth of their pockets. And now they're giving proverbs, zile za kitambo. But now, at the same time, there's a role again that that must be played, because I know young people are actually a bigger percentage. How then can we ensure that we get these people to have that kind of mindset that ideology is what is going to drive us forward, and not just handouts and some blah 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 proverbs and everything? Because at the end of the day, wapiga kura ni wale wako mashinani, Kaiboi, yuko ndani, Merewet, I don't know, Kapsisiwa and all that. So that at the same time, do you think there's actually need for as well civic education, so that the citizenry as well can be aware na when that time comes, they make the right decisions. If they've actually seen you and weighed you on that scale of ideology, they see that, okay, I think you have something tangible, you go in, and not how much money you're giving out during the whatever.
Yes, so I think we need civic education to the public on matters, choosing leaders, good leaders. And we are happy for Deputy President, because he's given us a way. Saizi a hustler can stand before people and ask for votes, something that has never happened before. So we fall at a time where many things are working for us. Yes, and also, let's look at people. Let's look at what they can offer. Let's look at the potential and even what they've done before, so that we can have a better Nandi.
Yeah, so Sheila, as you get to the tail end of this, what should people expect from you going forward?
Yeah, they should expect a thorough campaign. Tunakuja ground kwa mpigo tena sana. I know I've just been on social media and here and there, and at least the reception has been quite good. And I know sasa when I really focus, then I'm positive that good leadership is on our way.
All right, that sounds very hopeful, optimistic and energetic as well. So I want you to give your last remarks, so that people are gonna watch this and be like, okay, this that was a profound insight right there from Sheila. So go right now into that camera, speak to your people.
So the people of Nandi County, I think for now you've known me. Kawanaigaina ikchutule tabutanya sky nene gisite ago kamangu kwa barnotiot agongen ole Nandi negibendi gesije ko Nandi nelel, Nandi newalat, Nandi negibendi gekosege amu kingen ko kikalechi etun kawek simamik kotuyo Nandi konyone kandoinatet ko kesojini kipchirchir koib kandoinatani ko ngweek saenyo nebo aeng Jelimo tabutany akangen ale ngonamu yun ba wasingishu ko manamu Nandi akine biikcho ko ngetebi nengom ngebir kura nengom ako mutai kaech emet keboiboitu kele iman tuguk chekikiyai ak resources chekikinde komaba buch. Ko ameche so follow on my page kigurena Honorable Sheila Jelimo. On my Facebook account ko Sheila Jelimo. On my Instagram account hivo ko unotok ak my Twitter account ko unotok ko sikoberuro kamuktaindet. Abwoti ale matinye ngal chetya lakini kakile ngot ko kikiberur instances somok eng Biblia chekikiberur biik chekimengechen ko 2022 ko karonet nebo biik chemengechen. Kongoi missing.
Wow, thank you so much, Sheila, for making time. We at Nandi News wish you all the very best. I hope that many of you, some of you, many of you, and have had that profound submission from Sheila Jelimo. Yours is, the choice lies with you. Just vet them, and just once you feel who is the right person to transform this great county of Nandi, that choice is yours. I've been your host for today, Ronald Chonginyo. Keep it Nandi News, keep liking, sharing on Facebook and on YouTube as well. Till next time, have a great time and God bless.